Hi, today I'm going to tell you a story about a man who tried to run away from God. Once upon a time, there was this guy named Jonah the prophet. One day, God talked to him and told him, "Hey Jonah, I want you to go to these people and tell them to repent and turn to me for forgiveness." And Jonah, in his, personal opinion, didn't believe that these people deserved to be forgiven because they were terrible, awful. So he attempted to run away. And I'm saying attempted because it didn't go so well. He went to the shore and got on this ship. Once he was on the ship and the ship got out to sea, there came this big storm that began to rock the ship back and forth. And the sailors on the ship got really afraid to die. While all of this was happening on the deck, Jonah was asleep. He was asleep. I don't know how he didn't feel the vibrations. The captain of the sailors came down and tried to wake him up, saying, Jonah, the ship's gonna sink. Can you, sit up and pray? You're Jewish, right? But Jonah was reluctant because he had just run away from God. God had told him that he wanted him to go to this place and tell the people to repent. But Jonah refused because, he didn't like the people. And who could blame him? He stand up and he decided to complain. He said, "Well, the storm might actually be my fault. It wasn't on purpose. I didn't ask for the storm to happen. But, I think that if you throw me down into the sea, the storm will cease and you will be saved." And so the sailors, being smart, they agreed. Once he was in the belly of the fish, he decided to, you know what? I'm already in the fish. Might as well try. He decided to pray to the Lord and ask him to give him a second chance. And then God heard his prayer and made the fish go spit him out on the shore, on dry land, so that Jonah could go, do what he was supposed to. And Jonah agreed. He got saved from the fish, and he went off to do God's will. And from this story, we learned that when we disobey God, 3 things can happen. The first thing is that if you disobey, you might end up in a worse situation than you started off. Like, for example, in Jonah, he ended up in the belly of the fish. Second thing is that innocent people getting hurt, much like the sailors. And the third thing is that the longer you rebel, the worse the situation will become. Jonah had to be swallowed by a fish to learn that he had to obey God. But you shouldn't let your problems swallow you. You should, find God first.